Oh, sorry. Let me just get my wiggles out. Do some drinking. I don't like to drink when I'm on camera or for the YouTube part of it because I feel like doing this is like so awkward. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it in those videos. But for you guys live, you're getting the real deal. Authentic. The authentic stream. I don't know. I have no idea where that sentence was going. Greetings, I'm Blackjack Fitz. Today's puzzle is Difference Diamonds by Marty Sears. Let's read the rules. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply by using the digits 0 through 8. So we're going to place 0 through 8 in every row, in every column, and every 3x3 box. Each pair of adjacent digits on a turquoise line contain the same difference. This difference must be determined for each line. So if this was a 2 and this was a 3, then this could be either a 2 or a 4 because we've determined that the difference is 1 on this line. And 3 could be either next to 2 or 4 in that case. If there's a diamond present, its digit indicates the difference value of the line. Not all possible diamonds are necessarily given. Right, so if this is a 2, then this digit would have to be a 4 because it's saying that the difference on this line is a 2. And it can't go, I guess it could be 0, couldn't it? So that could be 0 or 4 in that case, right? That's what that means. And then in this puzzle, no two diamonds contain the same digit, which is an important rule that I missed the first time I did the intro for this video. So you guys are getting the full rules here. What that means is that each of these different things, these different diamonds, contains a different digit from 0 to 8. That's all the rules. Give yourself a shot to try this puzzle. It should be relatively approachable. I've got a link to the puzzle in the video description. But with the help of Twitch chat, I'm going to try to solve this again. And I'm very pleased to note that in this take, I did not put a potential 9 in this puzzle. I'm starting to understand the rules to this puzzle. So let's go ahead and try to do it. Now, what's funny is the first time I walked through this puzzle, the first thing I tried to do was start looking for a 0. Like, where could a 0 be? But it was just because I know the way Marty sets, and he likes to do things like have a 0 line when he puts a 0 through 8 puzzle in. But actually, knowing the full set of rules, that's actually a reasonable first step to go for. Because, well, the first thing we should do is count these, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to have 8 of the 9 different digits on here. And I think that I actually ruled out that there can't be a 0. There's no line where each digit can be a 0 on the line. Because I don't think there's any... I mean, how would that... It would have to be like a 2-cell line or something, right? It would be very tough to have that kind of line anywhere because each cell would have to be in a different box. These are all 3. Each of them has at least 2 cells in one box. So there's no 0 line, which means that this is essentially a set of the digits 1 through 8 somewhere in the grid. So we do have, I think perhaps there's 2 different places we could start thinking about this puzzle. One is like a long line, especially when you have 3 cells in one box. And the other option is to start thinking about like where can the 8 go, because 8's going to be pretty restricted. So 8 has to go next to 0 and 0, I think, right? 8 has to go next to 0 and 0. That's the only way. So that could be an 8. Is there anywhere else that could be an 8? I think one of those has to be 8. I'm sort of prepared to mark that, even though it's a weird thing. Now, the other thing is that this diamond, because this diamond, if we think about like what can this diamond be? Like, let's imagine that was a 5, for example. Well, what can that be? It can only be 0. And then what's that? It doesn't work, right? So that can't. So that's I think this is the point. I see some people in chat trying to note this, but I think there's a point to be made about 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is that all of those digits always have to bounce back to 0, because you can't, from 6, you can't go up. So it only goes to 0, and then it only goes back to 6. They just flip-flop, sort of alternate that way. So this cell is definitely not, and maybe 4 is like that too. No, because 4 could go up to 8. This one can't be 4 though, for sure, because it needs to have a run of 2 from it. So 4, 8 is fine, or 4, 0 is fine. But 5, 6, 7, and 8 are unique in that they all turn to zeros directly, and can only have one more cell. So like this one, if this was 5, 6, 7, or 8, then that's 0, and then this, actually that does work, because these could be the same digit. So this one, if this was 5, 6, 7, or 8, then that's 0, that's 0, and then these two are the same. So that works, right? So this sort of pattern here is very intentional in terms of not being as restricted as I thought it might be. This one maybe has principles along with these. So this one I don't think could be, because this would be 5, 0, 5, 0 is the only way that would work. So this is, and this one are from 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. And I think we can rule out 4, because then it's either 0 or 8 needs to go back to 4. Oh no, it could, right? Couldn't this be 4, 0, 8, 4, and that sort of works? Or sorry, 0, 4, 8, excuse me. Yeah, that all does work, doesn't it? Okay, so that's not right. But I do think that those two are from 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, but we're gonna have a lot of zeros. Like if that's 8, both of these are zeros, and that rules out 0 off this entire line. And if this is 8, then it rules 0 off this entire line. Okay, I haven't looked at chat at all. I was just trying to understand. So let's see what the people, my geniuses in chat, have to tell me about this. GDC made a good point earlier that any diamond 5 or higher behaves exactly the same. That's kind of what I was getting at. Okay. I think it could also be row 8, column 6. 6? I don't know what. Oh, the 8 diamond can only be column 1, row 7, or column 9, row 3. This is what I was thinking, but Nell's also suggesting that the 8 diamond could be row 8 here. 8, 0, 0, 8. Yes, that's true. I think that is true. Couldn't it? Let's see. Somebody's saying no, it can't. Why couldn't it be 8, 0, 0, 8? The 8 down there. Well, so lots of them could be. So okay, this one can too, can it? 8, 0, 0, 8. Yeah, I think I'm mistaken on this. I think all of these beside these two are restricted. Because these can't be 5 or higher because of the principle. But I don't think the rest of them are that, actually. It can have 5 through 8. We can eliminate 2 of them based on all of the zeros that would be placed. Okay, so let's see. Like row 2, column 4, and row 4, column 3 can't coexist as high diamonds. Row 2, column 4, and row 4, column 3 can't coexist as high diamonds because of this. These would both be zeros. Yeah, so if that's a 5 and that's a, sorry, that was a terrible way of doing this, a 6. I don't know why I'm in corner marks. If that's a 5 and that's a 6, then this has to be 0 and this has to be 0, and that breaks. So that's really interesting. There's going to be a lot of zeros. Or how are we going to place all the zeros? All of these have... Yeah, okay, so the 5, 6, 7, and 8 all attached to 2 zeros at least. So the other thing, I'm trying to figure out exactly, is it just this? Is that the only break in the symmetry? You kind of, I think it is, right? I'm like trying to like turn my head. I think that if you had like a line, why can't I ever draw lines? Oh geez, okay. A line that goes like this. Tarnations. What? Why? Why? Dude, no! No, I can't draw a line. Yes, okay. If that's a line, I can't believe how hard that was. We've got a lot of rotational symmetry, which is going to matter, presumably. And the break in the symmetry is probably going to be a critical thing. So something that has to do with this line versus this line. Okay. Row 8, column 6, row 7, columns. Yeah. So there's a lot of these things that can't be together. So these two can't both be high. 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 So there's going to be a lot of these, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what we're getting at here. Row 8, column 6. Row 8, column 6. And row 6, column 7 can't coexist as high. So row 3, column 9 and row 7, column 1 have to be high. Okay, so one of these is low, one of these is low. That much is for sure true. We know that's true, which is our 4 low digits. That's the point, right? These two can't coexist, these two can't coexist. One of these is low, or one of the greens is low, one of the blues is low. That's our 4 low digits if you add them to pink, which means that these two have to be high. From 5, 6, 7, 8, which means that these are all zeros. That means that this can't be high because we would end up with 2 zeros like that. So that one isn't and that one isn't because that would end up with 0. So these two are not high digits. These two are high digits. Like so. Let's get rid of the coloring here. Now we get a bunch more zeros from that. And what is that? I mean, that surely puts 8 zeros in the grid, right? So, we get our last one there. A little naughty 0, not helping us with any of these. Now this is the same as that. So let's do this, and then this is also 5, 6, 7, 8. These two are the sort of same. These two are the same, aren't they? Right. Skoja's making a good point here. Now, the 4 line that exists somewhere in the puzzle, in one of these, okay, so let's mark these two as 1, 2, 3, 4. We used to have the option with 4 to go like 4, 0, 4, 8, 4, that kind of thing, right? Back and forth between 4, 0, and 8. But all of the zeros have been allocated now. There's no zeros to help with any of the low digits. So 4 can't go bouncing up to, it can't sort of pass its way down to 0. So it just is an alternating 4, 8 situation. So if this was 4, then that would be 8, 4, 8. So this isn't 4 anymore. If this was 4, it would be 8, 4. So that's not 4 anymore. If this was 4, that's 4. If this is 4, that's 4. So one of these two is a 4, and one of these two is a 4. I think I'll just mark that because that's like a proper corner mark within a box. And then so one of these two isn't, yeah. One of these two is an 8. Ugh, I don't love that. Marking that. One of these two is an 8 also, though. Right. Right. Which means there's an 8 in one of these, and that can't be 8 because none of those are big enough for that. So that has to be an 8, which means that has to be, I think, 5, 3. And that breaks our symmetry, which happened actually quite early. Oh wait, that's complete malarkey. What am I doing with my mathematics? I don't know what. Hold on, let me read. I might be going crazy here. So there is an 8 in one of these two, which means there is an 8 in one of those three. Now, if that was 8, how does this work? Why was I thinking 3, 5, 8? Is that right? 3, 6. Yeah, 3, 6, 3, 6. So 2, 4. How do we get an 8 on here? Have I messed up? Can this be 4? Can this be 8? 4. Thank you. Right. Marty, nice to have you in chat. All right, I was being silly. So the logic doesn't work the same. Right. Okay. I was thinking one of these is like both of these are 8, which places an 8 in here, which is not true. Only one of these is 8. So yeah, so one of these is 4, one of these is 8. That does not force an 8 onto here. Phew. Okay. Because that did not work. For some reason I was thinking 3, 5, 8, but that's not solid mathematics there. So the 3 and the 4 have to exist somewhere where we can alternate between only 2 digits. So right, so 3 can't go down either. So 2 can go 2, 4, 6, 8, all kinds of stuff, but 3 can only go 3, 6, 3, 6. 4 can only go 4, 8, 4, 8. So can we make, I feel like yes. So this I think probably breaks 2, right? Because 3, 6, 3, 6 doesn't work. The same way that 4, 8, 4, 8 didn't work. So that one's not 3. And then 3, 6, 3 doesn't work. So that one's not 3. So we have our 1, 2 pair. Now this is not 1 or 2. That's a 3, 4 pair. So this is either, that's a 6, 8 pair, right? And then this is a 3, 4 pair. And then this is a 6, 8 pair. Is that how that works? 3, 6, 3, 6, or 4, 8, 4, 8. Yeah, I think that's all correct. Okay, let's get rid of this. Now we've got a little 3, 4 pair. That's lovely. A 6, 8 pair. So where does 6 now? I was gonna say, where does 6 and 8 go? Well, actually, where do 6 and 8 go in this box? Is an interesting question because it doesn't go in any of those. Not in any of those. I don't think you can get to 2, 4, 6 does work. Ugh. All right, 8 isn't one of these. By the logic we discovered earlier that it's not in one of these because that breaks the world. But unfortunately, I think 6 can go not there. So 6 is in one of those 3 cells. Why not? But yes, it can go 2, 4, 6. I think that's still possible. Row 7, column 4, 2 breaks in box 5. 2 can't go to 4 now. It can't go to 0. Nice. Good spot. So that's 1. That can't be 0, so that's 2. That can't be 0, so that's 2. That could, no, it can't be 1 because then it has nowhere to go, so that's 3. Now this can't be 2, so that's 4. This now has to be 2. This now can't be 0, so that's 4. That can't be 2, so that's 6. Right, now we're cooking with gas. This can't be 0, so we're looking at 4 here. 3, 6, 3, 6, 4, 8, 4, 8. Righty. This now is a 7 by logic. 7, 8. How did I have this down so far? Was that correct? Why can't this be 5 or 6? Why did I have this wrong? Yeah. I mean, it can't be 6 because of that, but why can't that be a 5? I think I got rid of that when I was, I think when I made this a 3, 5, 8, I think I got rid of 5 there and I never replaced it properly. Okay, so, my bad. But let's clean up our 8. So this now has to be the 8. This isn't 6 or 8. That's not 6. So this is not 8 either. Apparently, yeah, because those are the same digit. This isn't 8. 5, 6, or 7. That's not 6. So that's not 6 and that's not 6. So one of these is 6 and that's not 6. So these are 6. That's cool. So that's a 6. Oh, I should have known that because there was a 2 here. Okay, right. Well, we got there in the long run. So 1, 5, 7. Oh, I hate corner marks. That's a 1. That gives us a 5, 7 pair here. So we need a 2, 3. 3. Okay. This now can't go down to so it doesn't go down because 1 and 0 are gone. It doesn't go up to 3. It could go to it can't go to 4 because it can't get to 6 again. So it could go 2, 5, 8 or 2. That's it, right? Is that the only way? I think that's the only way. So that's got to be a 5. That's an 8. 7, 7. Now this is 5 and this is 8. Right? This now is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 5, which we can do. 5 and 3. Oh, where'd my mouse go? Okay. I think people are chatting in chat, but I think we're doing things. We're all right here. So we need a 1, 2, 3, and 7. 7's probably pretty hard to put on there. 7 to 3 doesn't work, so that's got to be the 7, I think. So 1 and 3 and 5. Presumably 5, 3, 1, 2, unless I'm mistaken here. 0, we need a 1 and a 3. 3. Okay. Have we done all of our lines? No, we just gotta, I mean, we've done the sort of the big parts of it here, I think. So let's do 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 2, 4, 8. I'm probably a little premature to just start doing this, but what the heck, right? 8. Yeah, so because this can't be a 7 or an 8. That's kind of what I was trying to get at, but I did the whole box instead of just the one cell. That's got to be a 2, I think. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. I take it all back, sorry, because that could just be 7, 3, 7. It can't be 8, though, because 8, 3, 8 doesn't work. So that's not 8. That's true. I don't know why I was thinking it had to be kind of the same thing. And that gives me a 2-7 pair, which is actually useful. Gives me a 5 here. And it gives me an 8 here. And a 4 here. All right, well, that did some stuff. We've got a 1 and a 7 left to place in this row, which gives us a 3, 8 here, which we can do. 8 and 3. No 3 in the corner today. Where's Ratfinks? He's still here? Should be pleased with that. So 1, 7. Well, okay, yeah. Let's just keep pencil marking. 1, 7. And 8. Okay, that's not 7. Oh, all right, that didn't quite get me where I needed to go. Did it? I think I've done like all the lines now, right? We're just talking Sudoku at this point. So 0, 1, 2, not 3, 4, not 5, 6, 8, 4, 6, 4, 8, 2, 8, and 2, 6, 8. All right, so 1, 3, 5, or 1, 4, 3. Can't be 2 or 4. Okay, that can't be 4 because 4, 3, and then this would need to be either 2 or 4 again, and both of them see that. So that is a 1. And now 1, 3 could be 1, or it could be 1, 3, 5. So that is a 1 or a 5. Oh, it can't be 5. Cool. So that's a 1. That's an 8, 2, 6, and 4, 7, 1, 7, 5, 7. We are on the home stretch here, I think. Famous last words. 2, 4, 5, and 8. Get a little naked single here for an 8. Gives us a 2, 5, and 4. Now we should be able to finish these kind of. Well, let's just do these two. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 6, 7, which we can do. 7, 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 5, which we can do. And this is 0, 1, 2. That's 2. This now can't be 4, so that's 2. That's 1. That's 7. Down here we need a 1 that can't go. It has to be here. That's a 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5, which is here. A 6. And if I haven't made a ricket, a 7. Thank you, Marty. I feel like I butchered a little bit there at the beginning. Wasn't totally wrapped my head around it. And then obviously missed the first rule the first time. So yeah, whoopsies on that. That's a fun little puzzle though. That's nice. I want to talk to you, but I'm going to wrap up this video first. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. I sure did. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and do all those things. Cheers.